All right, a quick check for those who are online. Are we audible, visible? All fine? Okay, great. Just give me 1 second, we can get started. So as Shwet is running late, we'll be starting the session. I myself will start as Sa for today. Firstly, welcome everybody to our session number 159. Yes, 159 of SoundBytes Toastmasters Club. Welcome everybody. And just like our theme for today, right? Last minute preparations. We don't even remember which session is it today because we are so much engrossed in project work. So how do we still manage, right? That's all it is about. And now I myself am confused whether I am a SA or a president or a Toastmaster of the day. But nevertheless, welcome everybody for the session for today. Once again, and as a SA, we'll just start with certain ground rules. So certain ground rules are, firstly, I would like to mention that we as a club, we promote a supportive and a very good learning environment where members are empowered to improve their speaking skills and public speaking abilities. That's what the club mission is all about. And we as a club, we talk about sex, religion or politics. But at least if you are talking about sex, religion or politics, please be conscious and aware that in a way that you don't hurt anybody's sentiments. And whenever we join, those who are online, please try to be on camera so that we can view your smiling faces and we have a better interaction. Of course, it is always encouraged to join us in person here. With that, thanks everybody who have joined us in person. And with that, I'll quickly hand over to myself, who is the president of today's of the club. So I'll hand over to the dynamic and most handsome president to take it forward. Again, welcome once again to the session today. And special welcome, we have with us Area Director Anil with us and Associate Director Padma Priya. Welcome both of you and thanks for taking the special time to visit our club. And we look forward to much more enthusiasm, participation and support from you both to take this forward. And with that, yes, we are here in person. Many of us are in person. I highly recommend you to please try to come and attend in person. A couple of quick announcements that I have to make as a president. There are a couple of things that are upcoming which are deadline based. One is we have already submitted the club success plan on the portal, which is already done for our club. Now, Moments of Truth, we'll be doing it, planning to do it by Friday. So as members, please join us and give us your valuable inputs. Of course, the links have already been sent out where you would have given your inputs about our club as Moments of Truth. Now we'll be consolidating it and we'll be discussing it as a team before submission. That's the immediate upcoming thing. And another thing what we are planning is for the club event, club contest. We have club contest that is coming up, the deadline for which is 7th of March. So we are planning to have club contest before 7th of March. I would highly encourage everyone to please reach out and nominate yourself for the international speech contest as well as the evaluation contest. So please let us know your nominations at the earliest so that we can plan with the district leaders and others for the club contest, which we'll be doing it very shortly. Now with that, we can move on to today's session. And again, for today's session, I would like to hand over to the Toastmaster of the day, which is again a very dynamic personality. His name is Sharath, and for Toastmaster of the day, as a president, now I hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, Sharath, to take it forward. Thanks everybody. I'm so sorry that you have to keep listening to me, you have to keep looking at me, but it's okay. I think it's an advantage and privilege anyways for you as an audience. But still, yes, welcome once again. And today's theme is about just in time and the power of last minute preparations. Very important these days, very crucial these days. And if you believe or not, you know method acting, right? What is method acting? Means the actor do not prepare anything beforehand and try to improvise right there on the scene of the movie and then creates magic, right? So something like that. Just for that purpose, I have not prepared anything as a Toastmaster of the day today because I'm doing that method acting to see how it works out. Was I able to sell that to you? Yeah. You really? Okay. Fine. So for that, today's theme is all about just in time. And then, preparation at the last moment doesn't always mean it's not up to the mark or anything like that, right? Sometimes last moment preparations are the ones that will sometimes do wonders. So whether it is come to not just Toastmasters speeches, but any meetings, any events, even any sports that happen, sometimes the last moment decisions taken will do the magic. Anybody wants to share any experience where you did a last moment preparation and still the event was a huge success? Anyone? Any such experience, by the way? I've had such experience many times. Whether it is exam, whether it is, even Toastmasters or anything, right? Last moment preparation, it turned out to be better than what you would have thought otherwise, right? So that's all about today's theme, and I'll talk about more of my experience, the segments coming forward. But before we move on, I'll quickly introduce to today's agenda. In today's agenda, we have prepared speech, followed by table topics, and followed by evaluations, which is kind of our standard format. And in prepared speeches, we have one L2P3 speech by Toastmaster Pranali, and we will have a L5 project by Gaurav, right? Yeah, L5 project by Gaurav as well as one of the prepared segment. Follow that, we'll have the evaluations, table topics, and the evaluations. Now to take the session forward, we have a general evaluator of today, Aishwarya, with us, and to quickly introduce her in her own words. So she's a lawyer by profession. She's a performer by passion. She enjoys reading, traveling, learning new languages, and exploring all things new. Very interesting. And with that, over to you, General Evaluator Aishwarya. Take it over.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Lovely to see you all here. Very nice to see you all in person specifically. It's been a while. So as a general evaluator today, let me first and foremost welcome our guests, the Area Director Anil and Associate Director Padmapriya. As a general evaluator, as I'm sure most of you all know, I will be evaluating the quality of the meeting from top to bottom, including the timing of the beginning, the commencement of the meeting itself, how everybody has spoken, the role takers, performances, etc. All of that put together. But also I will be providing my evaluations for the evaluators of the prepared speech today, the first of which is going to be Toastmaster Padmapriya, who is also our guest, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Pranali's, thank you, Pranali's speech today. So Toastmaster Padmapriya, would you like to come up and talk about the speech?
Thank you. Hi everyone, I was the evaluator for today, and I'll be evaluating Toastmasters Pranali's speech. And my speaker will be delivering her Level 2 Project 3 under Presentation Mastery Pathway. The topic is all about introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. The purpose of the project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and the project is for the member to share some aspect of the previous experience as well. And the speech will be for about 5 to 7 minutes. My evaluation points will be around how the speaker meets the purpose, as well as the other general presentation part of it. Thank you.
Before I move on, let me give you a short introduction of Toastmaster Padmapriya, which I should have done earlier. So that is a cross against my own general evaluator performance. But Toastmaster Padmapriya is an empowered woman and a very committed person, passionate about doing things differently, on time, and trying to make an impact in whatever she does. She believes every challenge in life opens the door for a new opportunity. Human life is full of exploration, and the more we explore, the more we innovate and improve ourselves. She is a cloud and data architect by profession and is currently serving in the club coach and associate area director roles. So please, can we have a big round of applause for this? Our second prepared speech of the day is going to be Toastmaster Gaurav, who is going to be delivering his club level 5 project, which is going to be on the club success series. I will be evaluating Toastmaster Gaurav's speech today. And while this is not technically a project, there are a few evaluation points which are roughly whether the introduction has been effective, whether there is preparedness, whether there is a reliance on any notes or speaking from memory, how he uses vocal variety and other techniques that add to the presentation. So Toastmaster Gaurav, that will be the points that I will evaluate you on. But moving on, in the role of a general evaluator, there are very, very important members who aid this particular role, and those are the tag team members. So the tag team members being the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. I request each one to come up and talk about their role in brief. So firstly, may I invite Toastmaster Shivam, who is going to be the timer of the day.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good afternoon. Today is my role of timer's work. So today I note down all these messages like time out, like movement you've taken. So here for first speech given by Pranali. So for this like minimum 5 to 7 minutes. So for this I will give first of green signal for 5 minutes, then yellow for the 6 minutes, and 7 for red. And for projects like done by Gaurav, so for the 10 minutes. So for 8 minutes I will show green, and for 9 minutes I will show yellow, and for 10 minutes I will show red cards. And then table topic will be there. So for every table topic will be 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. So 1 to 2 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah. For 1 minute I will show green signal cards. For 1.5 minutes I will show yellow cards, and for 2 minutes I will show like red cards. And at the end we will tell the like time how much time taken by the speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivam. I next invite Toastmaster Harshita, who is the R counter for the day, to talk about her role in brief.
Good afternoon. My role as R counter is to note and keep track of the words and sounds used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The use of inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, etc. and the sounds as well will be noted. I will note any uses of such crutch or filler words mentioned. Throughout the meeting, I will listen to the crutch sounds or long pauses used as fillers and which are not necessary as a part of the sentence structure. I will note down many crutch sounds and words each person used during all portions of the meeting, and I will share my evaluation list to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harshita. Finally, the grammarian, Toastmaster Rajan, please come up and provide your role description.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shurya. So, as a grammarian for today, I will decide for the word of the day, that is blossom. I will note down the correct usage of this word and its derivatives. So, the word blossom means to grow, develop in a healthy and promising way. It is also a noun, so it's like a flower, and it is to. So, I request all of you to use the word of the day in your regular speech as much as possible. And I will note down the correct usage of grammar or incorrect usage of grammar within the meeting, and I will give the report to the general evaluator at the end of the day. So, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajan. For those of you who are attentive while coming to office and actually look around instead of maybe looking at the road if you're driving and or being on your phones or reading, you will notice that there are very similar to the cherry blossoms that grow in the Far East, which is Korea or Japan. There are what I like to call Bangalore blossoms that are blooming already, which are very characteristic of February, the month of February in Bangalore. So if that counts, I have used the word twice now. But that will be all from my end. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sharon.
Thank you, Dr. Aishwarya, for the very detailed explanation about the evaluation segment. Now, quickly coming back to today's session, and before I move on to today's session, this is for grammarian. Previously, I used to stay in an apartment called Golden Blossom. Now, I don't know now, if that will be accounted or not is a headache for the grammarian, and I leave it to the grammarian. And now, quickly moving on to just-in-time preparations, right? The last moment preparation, power of last moment preparations. I'd like to quickly share with you an example that happened with me during my school days. So there was this audition for MCing. Yes, I should have done MCing before too, but that was quite so many years back when I was in standard 7th or 8th. I don't exactly remember. For the school annual function, the school wanted to audition for who is going to be the MC. They wanted one boy and one girl to be the MCs. Now you can audition in however you want. You can audition in groups as well. So me and my good friend those days, Sir Radisys Mohammed, we both decided to audition together. One of us only will get selected if at all, but still we want to do it together. And we had prepared dialogues, to and fro dialogues at the time of auditioning to show how good we are at being MC, right? Now, Radisys is a person who is very much, what you can say, believes in the concept of preparations, pre-preparations. He was already prepared for the exact dialogues that's going to come up. He was exactly sure the exact dialogue he has studied by heart, and then he expects me to ask that exact dialogue so that he can also reciprocate with this dialogue. Right? But me being me, I was always the champion of last moment preparations. I had never prepared the exact dialogues what I was going to say. But I knew the context. Like he'll ask something about this, I have to talk something about that. Then he will again continue. Only the context I had. Now, at the time of audition, what happened, and we did not have time to practice, of course, me being me, I always avoided practicing with Radisys. So he said, okay, it's okay, I am prepared, I am also prepared, let's go and directly do the auditions. Now, the time of auditions, what actually happened, Radisys was more nervous because he had all that dialogues he had studied by heart. And he was always more conscious, what if I fumble on even a question mark or a comma or a full stop. Whereas I was a bit more confident because I had nothing to lose. I had not even prepared. I just knew the context. So then the audition starts, and then he asks the dialogue, and then I respond spontaneously because I have not studied by heart any of the dialogues. Just at that moment, and then I was even playing with the crowd, etc. Whereas he was like more of a, by-hearted dialogues were coming from him. And the way I responded, that confused him even more. Hey, this was not even the dialogue. How should I respond to that? And then whatever dialogue he has studied by heart, that was not going well with whatever I was saying. So at the end of the day, what happened? The person who prepared well did not get selected for being MC, and I was the MC. So this is one example where sometimes just-in-time preparations or last-moment preparations can actually help you aid perform better. Now with that, we can quickly move on to the important section for today, that is the prepared speech segment. And for prepared speech segment, first we have a L2P3 speech that will be attempted by Toastmaster Pranali. Now quickly to introduce Pranali in her own words. When I am not coding or speaking, I am probably planning my next trip, hunting for good food, or creating lifestyle content. I strongly believe growth is endless, and I am here to grow one speech at a time. It's very inspiring. So with that, over to you, Pranali. So we have Pranali, the mentor I didn't know I had. The mentor I didn't know I had, Pranali.
So let me begin with this question. What is that one piece of advice that you have got from your mentor? Can I get some answers on this? Yeah.
Speak a bit less for me.
I was told that you have to remember 4 things very importantly. One is people, time, information, and money. And this is the crux of how to network better and how to grow in your professional life.
Yeah. Thank you so much for participating in this question. Because for me, I got my first lesson from my mentor by getting defeated. By that, I mean by losing. So back when in my school period, school time, we had one Rangoli competition. And there, I was completely sure that I am going to win. I had practiced for days, even mixing the colors and perfecting it, even practicing the pattern, and also imagining those applause. And honestly, I was completely gaga over my own design. And I thought that this is going to be my win. And the day when the competition arrived, looking at my design, I was like, this is it. This is the one that is going to make me win. And then the results were declared. And you won't believe it was a lie. The smile started feeling heavy, and the applause were feeling very, very heavy on me as well. And my confidence, it was completely locked out. And I started to cry. But I held it somewhat until I entered my home. And then you might think that I might be crying like a matured one, but I was crying like a baby. And then my dad came beside me and he sat quietly. He was listening to me like a good father. And then he said something which stick with me even today. That is, he said, winning proves strength, but losing builds character. And that character stays with you even if the upload fades. And at that moment, I gained something. I gained a new perspective. I gained a new resilience. And at that point, I gained something very important. I gained my first mentor. That's my father. Year after, I went into a corporate world, having a degree in my hand, all the tech stacks in my brain, and very confident because I've already gained that confidence from that moment. Then suddenly everything started to come up. The meetings felt like a surprise test because you were pulled in into those meetings and you were supposed to talk. And the deadlines, they were running behind me faster than me. And then the pressure and even the task, they were too much for me. And I was very strong with that mindset that if I ask something to my seniors, they might think that I'm not capable of having to be standing here or to be working here. And that was the moment when I felt that I can't just do everything by myself. And that's when I reached out to my senior. And he simply said me, you don't have to do everything alone. And asking for help doesn't show you are weak. It shows you are intelligent. And you are saving your time by asking people about the help. And he gave me one proper example saying that, you might be a good driver, but then you can predict the traffic which might be there after 3 kilometers, right? For that, you definitely need a GPS. Or in real world, we call it a mentor, right? Because you can drive very nicely, but then in order to know what will be the dead end, what are the shortcuts, or how to proceed when such condition occurs, that's when you need some GPS kind of person in your life, right? And that learning I took ahead, and that's when Toastmaster happened. I was very excited to start my journey as a public speaker because I always wanted to stand on the stage and speak in front of everyone. But you won't believe, on my first speech, when I was supposed to give my icebreaker, I was numb. I started sweating. My words started to fumble, and I got completely blank. I even forgot my name for that sake. And then I thought that I'll get judged by my mentees. I thought they might say that she is not eligible or she might not have that capacity to be here or to give her speech or to even start her journey. But my mentors, they didn't judge me. They showed me how are the mentors really helpful in your speech or in your journey, say for that. They are the one who taught me to listen, to reflect, and to challenge. Not to intimidate, but to improve yourself. And that's when I want to tell you all that life might have a lot of tasks in your life. You might have a lot of stage fear, but you need to ask yourself who I can guide as in GPS and who I am doing this all for. Because a true mentor is someone who guides you to become a leader. With that, I would like to end my speech. Thank you.
Thanks, Pranali, for that great speech and completion of it to P3. I have seen her blossom as a speaker. I'm very proud to say this. And I still remember how you used to give your previous speeches, and the way you have improved yourself is truly, inspirational for several of us, and thanks for that. Now, quickly, we can move on to the next speaker for today. So, for the next speaker, we have a L5 project from Gaurav, who will be presenting his L5 project. To quickly introduce Gaurav, in his own words, he says, I always plan to be fully prepared, but usually show up just in time. I'm working on my time management while juggling life's beautiful chaos. Well said, and you're not alone there. So with that, we have Gaurav Tripathi with us, Toastmaster Gaurav, with the project as part of Successful Club series presenting on mentoring. And his title is Mentoring, Growing Leaders, Growing Together, Gaurav. Gaurav, Mentoring, Growing Leaders, Growing Together. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for such a warm welcome. I would like to share my screen for this particular delivery. Is it okay?
Yes.
Please let me know if it is visible to all.
Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes. Yep. Yes.
A very good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I'll be talking about mentoring as part of the Successful Club series. This is a very well-designed program by Toastmasters, which help clubs to understand the foundations and basic skills and the basic notations which are required, and it helps a club to become a supportive, strong, and highly progressive Toastmaster club. My topic is also about mentoring, and as we have seen, we have already received a very well structured and very well delivered speech on mentoring. So I think Toastmaster Pranali had made my task little easier. So how mentoring helps a club? So let's understand that. Mentoring helps new members to understand about club meetings, to understand about the speech pathways, and a lot of stuff, how to start their own journey. As well as it helps mentors to become a better leader. They can develop their leadership skills by guiding new members, and it helps whole club to build a culture of guidance. That is why mentoring is a vital or a very important phase for a Toastmaster club. And that is why I would say mentoring is growing together, growing as leader. Let's move to this slide, which is on the right hand side, which talks about mentoring and how it helps a Toastmaster club. First of all, I would like to say a saying which says, learning from your mistake is good, but learning from someone else's mistake is a lot faster, better, and less embarrassing. And that is what mentoring is all about. You're learning from someone who has already walked the path, who has already made the mistakes, survived them, and he is kind enough to teach you so that you will not make those mistakes and you blossom as a confident speaker. When we talk about a mentor, so the first slide says who is a mentor. When I read this slide, I remembered one of my school teacher who taught me from 4th standard to 8th standard, and he taught me a lot of subjects like science, mathematics, English, Sanskrit, and lot of other subjects. When I moved to different standards, but he was not there just for teaching me some subjects. He helped me in a lot of areas where I was not very confident. He introduced me to the sports events of the college. He introduced me to the skit and the artistic area in which a student can excel. And he used to push me a little bit so that I can learn a new skill in every event and every occasion. And that is what a mentor does. He takes personal interest and helps. Once you find such a person, he becomes your role model. He becomes your confidant. And he offers the required knowledge in the required amount as well. And that is the quality of a mentor. Moving next, what a mentor does. As I told you, my teacher helped me in transitioning to many new things. Similarly, in Toastmaster, when a new person or new member joins, he is not aware of many things. He is not aware how the club session will work, or how these things are going to help him in becoming a better speaker. And that is where a mentor comes into picture. Mentor helps a mentee to understand the pathway projects. He helps them to understand the rituals, the club standards, club resources, and this is how a mentee develops a confidence. He sees someone who is standing next to him and helping him in each and every step. And it helps them to participate more in club events, club sessions, and that is how this the learning phase of a new member it rises very quickly. Now, what is there in this mentorship for the experienced member? For new members, there are many new things and they have to learn a lot of stuff. So their learning curve is very steep. But as we know, when we start something, our learning curve is steep, but after some time we become stagnant. So that is where, when a experienced member or a seasoned Toastmaster who has spent a lot of time in the club, but now let's say he want to explore something new, he want to change his pathway, he want to develop a different sort of skill, like presenting in front of thousands of people, or let's say he wants to become uh, a, a leader, he wants to transition to a better leader. So a lot of such growth options are available for the experienced member, and that is how mentors help them. And what is there for mentors in this? First of all, mentor is a knowledgeable person. He knows the path, he shows the path, right? So all these things gives a very good sense of feel good feeling, I would say. And whatever we do, whether it is for money, whether it is for recognition, whatever it is, at the end of the day, if you sleep well, you feel well, and your all stress and all those things goes away. It gives a different sense of achievement, I would say, different sense of feeling of that achievement. So it helps that mentor to remain productive, because now and then new people coming with new ideas, new perspective can always challenge you, right? So it helps mentor to go beyond their comfort level, listen to the new ideas, adapt to them, and see how they can help to the new members. And the whole process help the club as well, where it builds a very supportive and respectful environment in which people's needs are getting met. So they feel satisfied, and that is how the member retention and the club growth happens. Now the next one, let's see. We talked about mentors, mentee, how they are getting benefited, but who can become a mentor? So mentor is someone who is available to their mentees, at least spending 15 to 30 minutes every week to understand their challenges, to understand their thoughts, and helping them step by step. He's someone who is supportive, who is listening them, who is not judging them. So he should be a good listener as well. A mentor should be respectful, flexible, because sometimes mentees can challenge you. It is always possible. People coming with new ideas, new thoughts, they can always challenge a mentor's ideology as well. So he should be flexible, respectful, and sensitive to others' thought as well. And being patient on top of all those is a cherry on the top, which even very knowledgeable and confident people lack sometimes. So these are the overall qualities of a mentor. Now, how mentors should move forward in this journey. So there are 3 phases. The first phase is what they should do in first meeting. So the very first meeting, mentors should sit together with their mentees, help them understanding each and every role, each and every event, even if it is very explained in the Toastmaster session by T-Mod and other role players. But it is always helpful when you get to know these things from a person whom you already know, whom you have already had some discussion. And then helping them with the club's standard, club's events, explaining them how they, if they want to sign up for a role, how that can be done, whom to reach out. So all these kind of things can help a newbie in the initial club meetings. And along with that, they have to show them how a person can deliver their icebreaker and to support them with the help of vice president execution. The next comes in the subsequent meetings, mentor as a mentee is aware of certain things of the club. Now mentor should be pushing mentee uh, with a support and so that the mentee can come out of his comfort zone. Mentor provides required resources like Club Central, club specific conference pages, and all the roles and responsibilities which a club officer takes. So all such things are explained by mentor. And what happens over the time? Over the time, a mentor should be telling mentees like how this process has benefited them. Mentor should invite or include mentees in other club meetings as well, which are like area events, some conclaves, leadership conclaves, and some events which are happening at district level or area level. All those things. In that, mentor should be helping mentees to understand what happens in at that level and how it can help them in their journey. We talked about mentors' qualities, right? But there are certain things at the mentees level as well, because if you want to clap, you need both hands. So mentees should be eager to learn. They should be receptive. They should not be always challenging mentor. They should sometimes take that feedback in a positive way. They should be open to new ideas and they should be loyal and grateful to what a mentor is doing to help them. And at the end, it should be a final relationship, because if it is long lasting, we are stealing the opportunities from the mentees. We should be leaving them so that they can grow beyond their own imagination, and then they will not feel bound. They can become mentor to some other person. And at the end, to conclude all these things, I would like to say, if you have made a mistake, congratulations, you are eligible to become a mentor. If you are a newbie, congratulations, you have found a shortcut to your success. Because behind every confident speaker, there is a patient mentor. And behind every successful club, there is an environment of a culture of guidance. So with that, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, thanks. Thank you very much, Gaurav, for that. And it was such a wonderful coincidence that we have both on mentorship happening, right? The speech as well as the project. That was really, a nice coincidence. Now, quickly coming back to the theme for today, the last moment preparations. One more example I wanted to share is, so I've done engineering in my bachelor's. Okay, don't judge me, but I've done computer science engineering in my bachelor's. There was this tough subject called AMP, Advanced Microprocessors. Now, that was the last exam that was scheduled for that particular semester, and me, along with 4 other friends, all 5 of us had not even touched that subject. None of us were prepared. We thought, okay, one bad paper, nothing will happen. It's okay, and that was the last exam. And they already started enjoying. They said, okay, this semester is over. Anyway, next year we have to study. Let's start enjoying. And I still remember they went for this movie by Ram Gopal Varma called The Company. So it was ages back, right? But this friend of mine, Nitin, he said, hey, Sharad, it's anyway the last exam. Just 2 more days. We have 1 more day of preparation. Let us just read at some of the previous question papers and answers. That's it. Otherwise, it will be very overwhelming. So then we just went through that small guidebook of previous questions and answers, and we just prepared some 3, 4 previous exams, and that's it. But we were very confident. If something comes in that, we know it perfectly well. We remember it very well. And then at the exam, luck also actually helped. Many of the questions were from the previous question papers. And we were able to pass in flying colors. And when the results came, our friends were like, now we have to study MUP, this big book, and you studied this small guidebook and you passed. So that's why you never know. Sometimes the last moment preparations will do wonders than a planned exam would have done for you. With that, we can quickly move on to the table topic segment for today. And for table topic master, we have Ruchir with us to quickly introduce Ruchir in his own words. He says, I'm very much addicted to watching and playing sports and letting my favorite team affect my mood for the week. I hope you are in good mood with India's win against Pakistan. With that, topic master Ruchir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharath. And yes, of course, India played beautifully, and it's a routine win for us, so I'm not even surprised regarding that. So yes, I'll be your table topics master for today, and I'll be sharing my screen. 1 second. Yes, anybody wants to volunteer first? Okay, we have Swed. You can choose a number between 1 to 10.
Let's go with 5.
5. Okay, is sledging part of the game or against the spirit?
I don't know the meaning. What's sledging?
Okay, sledging.
What Australia used to do, right?
No, what
That one, right?
It is intimidating the players, basically.
instigating an intimidation.
If you want, you can choose one more number.
It's not just the game that you are preparing for, right? You are not just yourself as well, and you have been trained for every situation to handle, right? You have been mentored to handle other players and the crowd as well. You have had PR training as well, the PR training. So you should be able to handle yourself when others try to sledge, right? If they are trying to instigate you, you should be able to handle yourself. You should be able to calm yourself down. So that's not like against the spirit of the game, but more like part of the game. Like it happens, right? You cannot you can say like some people say, I can say it is against the spirit, but still it's part of the game. It will happen in school days, or in school days itself. You would have seen you are playing cricket, someone from behind you are batting, someone from behind would say something that would ruin your mood. You'll sometime you will knock yourself back from the like that shouldn't happen. If that has happened to you, that means you haven't been mentored well, right? So that part of the instigating someone else, that's part of the mentoring of the game. So I think that it's part of the spirit of the game actually. So yeah, that would be it for me.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharath. I mean, Shwet. Yes, they say usually when you're playing game, it's 50% physical and 50% mental, and it's best if you prepare in both the aspects. Anybody wants to volunteer next?
And we have Rajan from the room.
Okay, Rajan, Toastmaster Rajan, you can choose any number from 1 to 10 apart from 5.
Number 3 can go.
Yeah, okay, number 3. Okay, should captains be selected primarily based on leadership or performance? You can see, I think you've seen a good example in our Indian team as well. So you can go ahead.
It's actually very tough for me because I feel I'm very not into sports. So instead of feeling blossomed, I'm feeling withered as of now. I see people judging me, but yeah, I don't know too much about sports. But uh, I've also taken some leadership roles here also as I'm a VP head. So I've the captainship. If I try to link it with my role, I would say that uh, the the captain will actually, the person will actually groom into the role. It will blossom into the role itself. So in that way, I would say that any person, like it could be if you take with performance, if you take its leadership skills, and anyhow slowly if you get some good mentorship, as it's a theme for today, it seems like that. If you get good mentorship, the person will blossom itself into a good leader, and it will be a good captain for like any role, I believe. So that is what my take on this. And anybody who thinks the similar way, am I going into the right direction? Okay, I'm being not judged. Okay, one person, person is there who thinks the same way. So yeah, that is my take on that, Ruchir. Over to back to you, Toastmaster Ruchir. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raj. And yes, I mean, we can take the example of Virat Kohli, our top performer since forever. And of course, he was molded by, by MS Dhoni over the years, and his role being the captain in our test team back in our good test era from 2014 to 2018. I imagine we were playing really, really good. So I think the best example, according to you, Rajan, would be Virat Kohli, of course. So anybody wants to take the next topic?
Yeah, sure.
Gaurav, you can go next. I saw your hand. Yeah. Yes, please. You can choose a number.
Timing for you.
Yeah, maybe I can.
The 7 number, please. So,
You can choose a number from 1 to 10, apart from 5 and 3.
7.
So 7 are great. Okay. Okay. If your life were a T20 match, what over are you in right now? If you want, I can explain the question, or would you like to choose a different question? It is a tricky question. You have to see in terms of how the power play works, and in that way. So it can be interpreted in many different ways. So over to you, Toastmaster.
maybe I want to go with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, if like my life will be in 2020 match, so I can say this is the 9th hour because this is a corporate life. It will not be 3 years experience when I joined here. So that is a like super hour I can say because starting 5 to 6 hour, right? Just like play on it like slowly. But now I can contribute and also want to play with my complete team. I can show off because when I joined here, so I can say I depend on my team. Any task, senior please help me. How can I do it? How can I do it? Maybe everyone know about this system. Maybe hopefully when you everyone joined this your corporate life, so maybe you have a better idea about this. We can't do because our budget will be difficult here. Like example, you can say networking domain is like first time I can join here, so very difficult for me. So slowly a bit I can say 9 to 10th hour, but yeah, within next to 2 3 year here within power play of the bowling power play, then I can directly play 6 4 directly boundaries and maybe hopefully going smoothly, right? Okay, and Ruchi, this topic is good. Now 20 matches going right, so you choose some very good PPT for this, cricket, and feels like good. Yeah, thank you for this. Yeah.
Brilliant. I think Toastmaster Shivam has interpreted the topic exactly how I wanted it to be. And of course, according to you, if you're in your ninth and 10th, it's more about stability and doing your tasks well so that your teammates can, hit the home run when it really matters. But yeah, great answer. Perfectly well interpreted. So next, Toastmaster Gaurav, I saw you raising your hand last time. So you can go ahead. You can choose a topic.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Maybe after this, we can have just one more in the interest of time, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Understood.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Gaurav, Toastmaster
What all
Gaurav,
numbers
your
are there?
mic. 3, 5, 7 are taken. You can choose anything apart from that, from 1 to 10.
I will take one.
Okay. Number 1. And if you had to compare yourself to a cricketer, who would it be and why? Very simple, straightforward question. Over to you, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. Being a cricket fan, I I would say I don't see some like I don't think I can compare myself with anyone because all cricketers are doing a lot of stuff. They are doing a lot of amazing things in their area. Uh, but I would say I will not compare someone with myself, but I admire someone because of the way he deals things and the way he does things on the field. So I would say in that sense I will choose Rohit Sharma because he uh, was our captain who like brought two World Cups. Basically, he brought one World Cup and one Champions Trophy recently in the recent time, and his journey was not very smooth. Like people who entered to the team from under 19 and from very basic level, but he did not get so many chances in starting. Slowly, he built that. He was having skills from very beginning, but his journey shows sometimes it's not about just the skills what you have. Sometimes you have to respect the timing as well, and he has shown it in many areas. The way he led five IPL trophies to Mumbai Indians, and then the way he like initially he used to bat at number 5 or 6. Then slowly he moved up to the order. So all those transitions and things I have seen in his journey, and that is why I admired him a lot. And his journey shows me even if you have a lot of skills, you have to always respect timing. You have to respect the timing and you have to believe in yourself. And once you have that belief and respect to others and respect to the timing, then wonders will happen in your journey, in your life, and things will come in your life in its own sweet time. So just have that faith and move forward in your life. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gaurav. Of course, I think the word which can best describe Rohit Sharma's journey is perseverance. Perseverance, sorry. And you can see, like, after all that, for what he's done from the under 19s and to the whole selection process, he's really blossomed into a really, really good cricketer and a captain for our India team. So yes, brilliant. That we have one more slot, I guess, Sharath here.
Yeah,
Sharath, yes.
Harshita is there.
Okay, yeah, Harshit, Toastmaster Harshita, you can pick a topic. I mean, pick a number apart from 1, 3, 5, 7. People really like odd numbers today, so yeah.
9 is available.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just you can just complete the yeah, you can. Oh, okay. You are asked to retire hurt strategically. Would you agree? People who watch cricket really know the context for this, but yeah, you can go ahead, Toastmaster Harshita.
Uh, if I ask her to retire, I would like to accept it. I will not hurt strategically. In general mode, when we are coming to sports, the retirement generally comes not about with our fitness. It's just a matter of age. If we take the voluntary retirement, it's like we can give chance to the youngsters as well. It happens in the sports like crickets and in the military itself. If we still occupy all the new chances, new matches, still if we want to achieve that is okay. But as a senior experienced sports person, if we retire, it is like a part like we can one more young sports player can come and he can prove himself. Because in the sport, suppose India T20 matches, if we see, the count of the players is less. So if the seniors are still occupying the and if they still want to prove, it should be like a new fulfilled in this case. We will be a person who gave chance to the youngster to prove himself. So I will not hurt or take to the heart statistically. I would like to agree with that much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harshita. Yes, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a team game. Whatever would help the team win, that would be the best outcome, right? So, yes, thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharad. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot for a very interesting table topics, and yeah, cricket is very interesting for India in general. Now, quickly coming back to the theme for the day, I would like to do something on what Harshita said as well, like how you have to give chance to more youngsters, more dynamic people. You keep occupying the stage all the time. It's not going to help everybody. That's something I'm looking forward to, Harshita, that I wanted to hand over the baton to somebody. But let's see, hoping for the best. Nevertheless, coming back to just in time, the last moment preparations, the power of the same, right? For example, sometimes let's say if it's a meeting, you have prepared yourself to present in front of, from Radisys context, I would say, Nilesh, who is our CFO. So what will you do? Your preparation will be purely around numbers, how it can be profitable, how this one can give you more, advantage, more business and things like that. And let's say on the day Mr. Srinath comes, right? What's going to happen? He might be looking from a technology perspective, not so much from the numbers perspective, right? But this thing is going to work out perfectly if you are preparing the last moment, because at the last moment, you will know actually who is going to come. You wouldn't have prepared on the numbers. You would have just prepared on the technology. You can actually mend yourself based on the target audience. So that means it will be contextual. Exactly, and it will be based on the present time. At present, at the moment, what is required, you are preparing for that, and that's what's going to happen most likely, right? Now, again, if he doesn't come and somebody else comes, that is not your mistake. That's what I would say. Now, quickly, with that, we can move on to today's evaluation segment. And to take the evaluation segment forward, I would like to hand over to Henry.
Thank you. I'd really like to appreciate everybody who spoke today, but I will keep my comments for later. I first invite Toastmaster Padmapriya to give her evaluation of Toastmaster Pranali's speech.
So congratulations on completing your level 2 P3 Master Pranali. I would split it into positives and improvement areas for you. To start with, it was a wonderful narration, I would say. You narrated your experiences very well. And it was like watching a series, like series chapter 1, chapter 2, where you started narrating from your school days and then you went to your corporate life and then to the Toastmasters chapter. It was like a complete series of your entire life so far. The second point was around the interaction with the audience. You started very well with a question and you were able to get responses from the audience, and that really hooked everyone to your speech. The third point was about the stage usage, where you had good hand gestures and also you utilized the stage properly and you split your play as well very well. When you were young, you were here. For the corporate life, you were in the center, and for the Toastmaster journey, you moved to the end of the stage. But then, yeah. And touching upon the improvement areas, first point was around the purpose. I think you have met the purpose. You have explained how your father, your seniors mentored you, rather than mentored, they guided you, I would say. When it comes to the purpose of this project, it was all about how Toastmasters envisions mentoring and how you have been a prodigy. Might be that little bit of a connection of how my mentor was there throughout your journey and how it improved your quality of speech or whatever it is, would have added some points to your speech. And the second point was around the clarity of words. When you went low at a point, the voice was not heard, the words were not clearly heard. That was one. And in between, you confused between words where the applaud fades, pause, and there was another time. The third point was around the voice modulation is something that you can focus on. You were narrating that you were crying out after that incident that happened, but you were smiling on the stage, which actually was contrary. Probably you can try to bring out that emotion somehow. But apart from that, the entire speech was really wonderful. Concentrating on the clarity of words, having that voice modulation and the emotion, clear emotion, and being a bit more energetic on stage, you can definitely blossom as a wonderful speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Padmapriya. I do have to provide my evaluation of Toastmaster Gaurav's speech, but I will reserve that for later because it is not a timed evaluation in this particular case. So I will keep that for later. I would like to invite our tag team to present their reports. So Toastmaster Shivam as the timer, please.
Yeah, I think Toastmaster is Yeah, hi all. I noted down almost around 1 to 6 seconds late of the text. Actually, for speech, Pranali took 6 minutes 11 seconds, and for project Gaurav, it taken 11 minutes, one more extra 1 minute, but still very good. And table topic master Sweat 1 minute 50 seconds, and Rajan 1 minute 70 seconds. And me same 1 minute 70 seconds. Thank you, Sarath, for noting down. And Guru took taken 1 minute 56 seconds, and Asita 1 minute 27 seconds. And then evaluator role Padam Priya took 2 minutes 46 seconds. Yeah, this is noted down. Yeah, sorry.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva. I now request Toastmaster Harshita to present her encounter report.
Can someone,
Sure.
I have shared you the report. Can you share the screen if
Yeah.
your voice is connected?
Have you shared in the chat?
Yes, yes.
I think in the chat we can use it.
I am not in your personal chat. I was thinking.
Personal chat, is it? That's also, I think, that's there.
Or shall I ping here? It's
And I think that we can get it here. You can see the TV and do some. Or maybe I'll have to share this. Can.
It's on yours only, so this camera is connected to yours.
No, but still I'll have to do a screen share, otherwise.
Just the window. You
Suppose
can
it's
just do the window. Okay.
yeah, thank you, Sharath. If the screen is not shared, it will be little tough to explain. The PMOD and general evaluator is like generic. I did not mention I did not know that much strictly. And usage and high like crush or sounds can be little improved. For the prepared speeches, the end count is little, usage of conjunctions is little more, and usage and actually write because those can be little decreased. Maybe if anyhow prepared speech will be written and prepared, right? In that case, we can minimize this conjunction words. And while preparation on itself, we can minimize the curse sounds and etc. The report you can see. And the table topics, as table topics are not the prepared speeches, it's the on spot topics. Generally, the curse sounds will be common, and with our regular speeches only, it will be improved. The curse sounds and the conjunctions you can see for the prepared speech. Table topics, Vashvet, Raj, Shivam, and Gaurav. Mine itself.
You noted your own.
The curse sounds, it will be common for me.
Okay.
And coming to the evaluators, Padmapriya, I did not find any crutch sounds in her evaluation. It's like a well formulated speech. It's like a formulated speech. Only the end usage is more and some. The conjunctions like actually right, because those also it was very minimal count, so I did not noted in the. This is the detailed report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harshita. That is, as always, very detailed. Toastmaster Rajan, could you please come up and present your grammarian report?
So for the team on Sharath, I have heard, I think, twice the word of the usage. And for the speaker one, Pranali, I haven't heard, but she blossoms on the English language usage as she used Gaga of my own design. That phrase was really nice to use design. Again, Gaurav has used one time in his speech, and he has also used good words like confidant, stagnant, etc. And that is nice. Table topic master Ruchir, I haven't heard actually, but overall table topics were very awesome. Shred also as a table topic I did not heard. For myself and table topics I used two times. In other table topics I haven't heard. But speaker Gaurav has misused the word like the sentence starting. Sorry, the word starting in the sentence. He wasn't good at the starting. It should be start as a noun. So that one misuse I noticed. And general evaluator also, Aishwarya has used the word of the day, I think at least once I have heard. And also, evaluator Pranpriya also used the word blossom in the evaluation. So that is it for me.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajan. To present my general evaluator report now. I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern emerging where we are always starting our meetings late. We need to work on that. We started about 7 minutes late today, and we can do better. I know most of us were here. We can do better. Please try and make it 5 minutes before the meeting actually starts. And if you're joining online, please ensure that you're joining at least 5 minutes before the meeting starts. I have nothing to say about the greatness of our dynamic and most handsome president, Toastmaster Sharath, who always is wearing multiple hats for every single. If he's attending the meeting, he is playing at least 2 roles, apart from being president. So I think one thing is all of us can pitch in a little bit more and actually take up roles. I know today most of us have taken up roles, but then I understand also that we are a limited number of people. So generally what ends up happening is that the number of roles exceed the actual number of attendees for the meeting. So understandably, it is necessary, but we can all, once just let him be the president and just deliver the president's speech and nothing else. I think that can be the next goal for our meeting,
Once he was not present, meeting was cancelled.
That's true. Okay. Regarding the prepared speeches, first of all, Pranali, congratulations on completing your L2P3. I think with this, you complete your level 2 project. Level 2, fabulous. Congratulations. You've really blossomed in your, since the first time, which I was there for, which I remember I was the one who evaluated your icebreaker speech. I am really proud of how well you have grown in your journey. I agree with almost everything that Toastmaster Padmapriya said in her evaluation of your speech, including the use of space, the vocal variety that was used, the body language, all of it. Excellent. If I had to point out one thing, and I would consider this an important point, it is that there are certain grammatical problems that were in your speech. There were some grammatical errors that can be corrected by simply showing your speech to somebody else. when a third person reads the speech, they're able to point these things out better. One simple example was the use of the word confident instead of confidence. And it happened a couple of other times as well. So these are just small things, and I'm being very nitpicky at this point. However, because you are at level 2 and you're going to progress beyond this now, it is important that you pay attention to these things, especially if you choose to participate in the ISC or the evaluation contest. And I know you did a really good job going to the area level for the humorous speech contest as well. So I would request that you pay attention to these little things, right? With respect to Toastmaster Gaurav's project, Toastmaster Gaurav, you did a fabulous job. I am not very qualified, I think, to evaluate your project, because you are, at the end of the day, you have been with Toastmasters a lot longer and you are experienced. So there's not much I can say. If I have to be very, very nitpicky, then I would say, maybe come and do your presentations in person, because it engages the crowd better. And also, I would encourage a little bit more audience engagement, especially if you're doing it online, because when you're giving a presentation and you're speaking from one place, there is not much movement happening. There is little vocal variety possible in these kind of presentations. So it's a little bit difficult to keep the engagement and audience attention span for a long period of time. And so one can, drift away. However, that said, I think on the topic itself, being mentorship, growing as a leader and growing together, I think you did a really good job talking about the description of what a mentor is and what the role of a mentor is, and also tying it together with what the role of a mentee is or a protege is, because it is important that when you look up to somebody, there are things that you need to do as well, so that you can make the sure you're very close to completing your level 5 as well. So congratulations. Moving on to the evaluation, there's not much I can say. I think it was near perfect. And the only reason I'm not saying perfect is because there's always a little bit room for improvement. So there's honestly not much I can say about your evaluation. You do evaluation better than I do. So congratulations to you. With regards to the tag team timer, good job. The only pointer I would give is to hold the card up longer and ensure that the person who is speaking has actually seen and gives you an indication that they've seen that the card has been held. That's it. Apart from that, well done. Toastmaster Harshita, fabulous job with your report. You always do a very beautifully detailed job, no matter what role you take up. What I look forward to seeing next is an actual prepared speech from you. Because you were right, you do tend to, you have the option of reducing your crutch work to deliver your next prepared speech. Grammarian, it's easy to use, and also appreciate that you paid attention to the prepared speeches enough to be able to point out errors as well as appreciate good use of grammar and good phraseology. So good, or kudos. SAA, please be on time.
First time.
Yes, agreed.
First.
General evaluator report. To speak about myself, I really can't be saying much. Sorry, Pranali, it's not intentional. Okay. But with that, I hand over back to Toastmaster Sharat, the TMOD for the day. Thank you.
I'll be really hurrying up now because we are not on time. Can I take help from Sa to just have the voting links up and running? Please, if you have your mobiles with you, you can go to the Teams and Please chat this chat. You'll be able to see that. Probably for Padma Priya, and it's a Google form, right? Can you yeah, I can probably forward. Yeah, meanwhile, while we have this one up and running, I just want to quickly bring back to your attention on the theme for today. Please note that my theme for today was not meant to encourage coming not prepared. Okay, please do not take it as an example. Say, hey, Sharath, I've already told this anyway. It's not a go ahead for procrastination. Yeah, let's procrastinate things, right? It's not for that. Just in case there were genuine reasons for which you are not able to come prepared, it's always okay to improvise on the spot. You can always improvise based on who the target audience is and then quickly bend your speech accordingly. You can anyway be confident because there's nothing for you to forget as you are not prepared anything. That way you take the confidence, not the other way around where you are really nervous, I don't know what to speak. Right? So please do take it in that manner, but please always try to prepare beforehand. If that doesn't happen, please you can take some of these pointers to do better. Yeah.
I forgot to talk about the table topics master.
Okay. I think yeah, the forms is up and running. Let me copy it and try to share it with Priya as well.
I need to edit.
Can I quickly?
Yeah, sure. Please. Yeah.
I apologize deeply for my lack of attentiveness in forgetting to talk about the table topics master. So Toastmaster Ruchir, see, this is what happens when you're not in the room. I just want to point that out. Please, everyone, attend in person. Okay. So anyway, Toastmaster Ruchir, I really enjoyed your topics. I myself am not a sports person even remotely. I can barely tell a batsman from a bowler. So that's how bad I am. So in that context, would you please enlighten me and maybe a few others in the room? What in the world retired hurt strategically means?
Okay. I'll explain this to you right now.
I also can explain that.
Okay, so what happened? Yeah. So what happened recently was, I think Pakistan. It happened in the Australian League. So one of the Pakistani players was on strike in the 12th over, but he wasn't scoring in the right way. He was taking singles and doubles, and the team really wanted someone on the crease to like whack sixes. So what they did was they substituted that guy. They made him retire hurt and put someone better on the crease. So would you take a bullet for your team and losing your ego just so your team would win, or would you let your ego take over and be that no, I don't want to retire hurt just for someone else to take my place? Or are you like undermining my position on the team? That was the whole purpose of that topic. So yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. Now, when the topic came up, I knew that the way what was spoken was different from the meaning that you intended it to be.
Yeah.
However, I do want to point out that Toastmaster Harshita, having picked up a topic that she didn't fully comprehend, in my opinion, did a fabulous job of delivering that speech. And I think that embodies the spirit of table topics, which is you might not know exactly what you're talking about, but you're able to spin something for 2 minutes. And I think that's fabulous. So I want to acknowledge her for that. So a big round of applause. Toastmaster Sumit, are you done editing? Okay. Back to your screens, everybody.
Yeah, let's quickly take a minute to vote. Can you share it in that XCOM?
That's okay.
XCOM. I've shared in that.
These two. Not there. You are not supposed to. Okay. Probably once we have the result, you can directly. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, meanwhile, you do voting and all, and anyway, I thought to speak personally to you before we move out of the room, but online the folks won't be there. So I just want to give few the topics where you can keep it in your mind and to concentrate for further. So which are like we promised our the Radisys from SoundBytes saying that we are going to have a weekly meeting. And why the weekly meeting and now today's meeting is the relationship. The mainly thing that the way that we speak, the way we act, the way we conduct matters, the regular and interval. So if could have been better, everybody, each individual, even the clutchwords, even our speeches, even our DC points, even our delivery, even our quality. So everything will increase the practice. The practice only happens if we meet regularly. If nothing happened, only come and sit here for 1 hour and do for the table topic. Because for us, we need to take the stage, full potential. And how it will come out to increase our mind power. The mind power will only come up with the table topic. And the prepared speeches will bring out the structure and the how we present ourselves. So the two things will happen only if we do the regular. So that's what while coming, I asked Padma, having those 9 people and conducting even 2 to 3 meetings in a month, it's really appreciative. And need to increase this one because I told you also as a personally because we need to see the people not only in the club. I want to see the people outside. So if you go to the district division events, the people should recognize SoundBytes. People should talk about SoundBytes and how it will come based on our representation. And the representation should see the quality. How the quality will come? The way that we prepare. So how we prepare, it will reflect there. So at least we target for next 6 months by end of June. Then at least the stars from the SoundBytes will the blues everywhere in Bangalore because we are going to come for the 228 district from 1st of July. And coronation anyway, I don't know whether how many people registered.
We're changing the district?
Yeah, district going to split again and a new, we are going to be there in the district 228. And that is from July 1st. And the coronation anyway, you know that in May that we are going to represent. And there, I want you guys to be participated and take that award. And that I request you guys at least to present distinguish the trophy minimum and even can go to the maximum because there is no limitation. The way that you guys are going, I don't know everything. The administration said everything done. The only education side and a little bit of membership. With that, even you can achieve this medley. And in that district 92 last coronation that is happening, and there we need to get that award on the stage with the maximum presence. So only request you guys, if you want a group discount and everything, I can discuss with the district and get that one. Please do register. And then be present there and also try to get a maximum awards. With that, at least SoundBytes or the Radisys name will be there on the board. And any help, as because we are talking about a mentorship today, any mentor for individual, don't worry about the club. And I'll take the mentors from outside who are actually DTMs or even further leadership. So each and everybody I can assign one mentor. So with the mentorship, with the regular meetings, we can achieve that one. Okay. So guys, online. So because you guys are not there, I thought to discuss further with them after the meeting. But I just want to inform you. But I'll meet you the next time whenever I come. And over to you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for that powerful words of encouragement and hope we can achieve the business distribution. So that's the target, right? That is the target in terms of membership. Let us try to, influence. We have some leaders here already. Maybe with this help also we can influence to sponsor more members. Do we have the results? Yes. So yeah, maybe let's not present it. I'll just quickly read it out. So we have the results. Thanks everybody for voting for today. And for the best role taker, that is Modi Sharath. Yes. I had not voted myself. So that just to be clear. Best auxiliary role taker, we have our counter Harshita again. Thank you so much for that. And then for speech, we have Pranali, the mentor I didn't know I had. Great job. And then best evaluator, we have Padma Priya for Pranali's speech. Thank you. Thank you for taking out time for us. And in the best table topic speaker, we have Gaurav. Which cricketer you would compare to? An excellent job. Even joining online, you have become best. Next time. With that, I think we are already way over time, and I would like to conclude as the president. And before Srinath, please thank you. Thanks for the support every time. Thanks a lot. And thanks once again. We have Anil, who's our area director, and then we have our Padma Priya, also associate director. Thank you so much. You've been continuously supporting us, encouraging us as a club. Thank you for taking out time. And thanks to each and every one of you, especially who have come here and joined us in person. That being said, also I joined us online as well. Let's try to get maximum participation. Let's try to influence more and more people and encourage them to do better, not just in last minute preparations, but overall better presentations as well. Now with that, we can conclude today's session. Thank you everybody once again, and see you all in the next session. We are planning for the next week, Tuesday. If there are any changes, we'll update you. But as of now, we are planning the next session to be on the week of Tuesday. Thank you. Thanks everybody. Thank you. Bye.